Y'all, I am so sorry. I have pretty much dropped off the planet for the last month. So I started a new job, same job, but different location, and I have to drive all the way into DC now. So before I was doing a lot of YouTube stuff before work, and now I don't have that time. So I'm, you know, for the next couple of months, it's going to take a little bit of balancing for me to figure out my new schedule because right now I'm getting up at 5, jumping in the shower, going to work, and then coming home. I get home like 6:30, and after that I got to make dinner and clean the kitchen and get Melina into bed. And so I'm just probably not going to be in my blog or in Insta. It's pretty much all I can do to get videos up right now. But I know after I get into a routine, things will get back to normal and I'll be able to get back to what I used to do. So let's jump into the budget. This month, our income is $11,991.84. And you can see we do have $52.45 left over, and we're going to keep that as a cushion for right now. I know I've forgotten some stuff, and probably going through this video, I'm going to remember some of the stuff I've forgotten because that happens every month. So in the food category, we have $650 for groceries and $150 for eating out. With this new job, I don't have a lot of time to meal plan and prep for the week. So I have been buying a lot of Amazon Fresh in our area has these amazing pre-prepared salads, and I know they're costly and I can make my own salad for cheaper. We are also doing Every Plate, which is about half the price of Home Chef. Home Chef is still my favorite because the Every Plate menus are less complex, less, I don't know, they're a little bit different, although Every Plate has some amazing like international type cuisines and bowls that I love. In February, I was really fortunate that the video that I did, this one, and if you haven't seen it, it was super fun. I compared like buying the groceries in the store to the Home Chef meal. So several people have signed up like a Home Chef trial based on that video. And so thank you if you are one of those people, because you get a credit, I get a credit. So I was able to buy 2 free boxes in February. So that was like $240 that I didn't have to pay in groceries, which was awesome. I wouldn't have paid that. I was paying Every Plate on those weeks, which is $70, so I saved $140, which is pretty nice. And I'll put links down in the description box for those if you want to try either of those out. Every Plate is much cheaper. Home Chef, still my favorite, but it's much, much more expensive. It's about double the price of Every Plate. And I'm not going to up the eating out category because we kept it really down to a minimum in February. We were really trying to cut back to make our big loan payment in February. And so that seemed to work well. We didn't even go out for Valentine's Day or anything. And so it was very, very helpful to our budget. So we're going to try and keep the going out. Maybe we'll have one night out and you'll see why in a few minutes. But other than that, we're going to try and stay at home. And then you see over here on the right, this is where I track my expenses every month. And so as they are coming in, I log them in here, and then it auto populates to the actual category. So I have a running tally of how much I've spent, and that's pretty nice. The bad news is we do have some very specific to March payments that are going to impact our debt goals, and I'm going to talk about those in a minute. So in the utilities category, we have $270 for the storage unit and $170 for our cell phone plan. And that's the same as it always is, for a grand total of $440 for the month. In the Melina category, we have $400 for ice skating, $180 for soccer, and $1,472 for SAC, which is Melina's school program. It's like a pod program where she goes in and she takes her classes online, and there are teachers there that can help her. And they have like 7 kids in each little pod, and it's run by the county, and so it's reasonably priced. It's not like in-person school, but she does get to see other kids, which is nice. And so the Melina category is $2,052 this month. And I know I charged soccer for last month, but they didn't announce it. I don't know if they're not planning on having it. I'm assuming they are, but usually they announce it in February, but they haven't announced it yet. So we'll see what happens with that. In the events category in March, we have my birthday. And so I'm putting $150 in there for that. And that'll cover gifts for me, maybe a dinner out. I'm not really sure what they want, but I figure $150 is very, very reasonable for that. Mauricio tends to go over the top on gifts, but we've been really good. Like Christmas, we didn't exchange gifts. Valentine's Day, we didn't exchange gifts. So this year, we're trying to, our gift to each other is paying off debt. In the insurance category, we have car and renter's insurance for $173.01, Wendy's life insurance for $91.65, the CMFGE life insurance for $12, Mauricio's life insurance for $35.81. And in the miscellaneous category, we have $100 as our cushion, and I know we had a $52-ish as our cushion, but I promise you, I knew I was forgetting something. We have to put in dry cleaning, and that's going to be about $50 because I have to wear suits to my new job. And this month is March, which means it's tax time. So we're going to pay $500 for a CPA. And a lot of people don't understand why we pay so much money for a CPA when I could do our taxes by Quicken. You know, I'm supposed to be good with money. So why wouldn't I do my own taxes? So let me tell you, I don't know tax law at all. And I did my taxes with Quicken back in, I was trying to save money, I think back in 2016 when we first moved here from Mexico. I was like, I'm going to do my own taxes and I'm going to save, you know, that $500 because I didn't have somebody to do my taxes yet. And several years later, I think like 2018, I could look back, but I'm not going to. I think in 2018, I had my CPA look over the taxes for 2016. He got us back $16,000. So right then and there, I learned I don't know tax law. So it's much better for me to pay $500 to pay a professional. That is something that I'll never, ever not do again. In the transportation category, we have $200 for gas because I'm driving a haul to Washington, D.C. every morning, and I'm having to fill up the tank every week. $70 for Easy Pass, not because I'm taking the toll road, but like last week, 2 weeks ago, it snowed on the way. And because the federal government is maximum telework right now, they're not closing the government for snow because they assume those people are teleworking. Well, I'm in a position where I'm not teleworking and I'm going in every single day. I took the toll road on those days because it's the safest way to get to my office. Otherwise, I have to go on a fairly curvy road that is like a cliff over the river, and I didn't want to go plummeting to my death. So unfortunately, the toll road is $5 each way if it's low traffic. If it's high traffic, it's way more because we have one of those sliding scale toll roads. The more traffic there is, the more expensive it gets. So fortunately, there's not a lot of traffic now. So the total for the transportation category is $360. In the medical category, we don't have an appointment for Melina for the orthodontist. She did get her expander out last month, so her teeth are finally descending. It was touch and go whether we were going to have to go in and pull her teeth down, which I'm super excited that her teeth are finally descending. One has come in almost completely and the other one is just starting to come in. So we've got an appointment back in 6 months and we'll see how that goes. And then we have $250 for medicines. I am currently taking 2 medications and both of them are just under $100. And I'll talk about those at a later date, but I'm not going to get into it in this video, but it is $200 every month and chances are I'm going to be on them for a long time. So I need to start planning on those. And then Mauricio and Melina both have medications, but their copay is super small. So we cover the rest of the medications with about 50 bucks. In the debt category, we are probably going to drop down to $2,500 when it's all said and done. I'd like to get family photos this spring. We try and get family photos done every year, but they run about $400, $500. Just love the photographer that we found, and I use the pictures online, so it ends up being a tax write-off, which is great. I don't know if we're going to do it this year, though, because it is really important to us to pay, $5,000 a month to debt. So in the debt payments, we have right now, temporarily, $3,000 going to the Navy Federal Credit Union loan, formerly known as USAA. And then we have $2,000 going to the Navy Federal Credit Union loan, formerly known as Sallie Mae, which is my brother and sister-in-law's school loan. And yes, I know everybody gets all up in arms about the fact that we are paying off my sister-in-law and brother-in-law's school loan, but we don't hold any grudges at all. It's what we think is the kindest thing to do. They are not in a financial situation where they can pay it off, so we're gonna unburden them of that. And I co-signed on the loan for them, knowing full well if they couldn't pay it, we'd have to pay it. So we're taking that responsibility on. And this month in Mauricio's schooling, we do not have any payments, and he is doing so amazingly well in school. If I could just brag for a second, so far he's gotten all A's, and he has, in every single class, he has stood out with a teacher. And in fact, one of the teachers is going like above and beyond. They're actually talking about creating a special program for him where he can take some extra classes, and she's going to introduce him to the head of the graduate school architecture program at Virginia Tech, which is where he wants to go. I mean, it is like over the top amazing. My husband's amazing. I love him to death. He's incredible. So in the Mauricio education, we have 0 this month. And in the tech apps category, we have $9.99 for Google Storage, $14.99 for Amazon Music, $9.99 for iCloud, $4.99 for Roblox. We took out Apple Music, and apparently I have forgotten to take it out of the budget. $14.99 for HBO Max, $12.99 for Netflix, $6.99 for Skype, for a grand total of $84.92 in the technology category. And it also looks like I forgot to add movies. So that Apple Music payment will become movies, because Mauricio and I, since we aren't going anywhere or doing anything, we have been watching some movies, and we try and watch free movies. Like last night we watched Bandersnatch, which is the Black Mirror, like choose your own adventure movie, which I did not know exist. We watched the whole Black Mirror series and loved it. We like weird movies. Like, did you see Tenet? Loved Tenet. Loved it. We do like movies that make you think. So we did watch Bandersnatch last night, and that was free. So if you're a Black Mirror fan, it was interesting. Definitely a unique movie. Very cool. But sometimes there are new movies that we do want to watch. So when we want to watch those, we do pay for those. And they're anywhere from $3.99 to $5.99. So try and put $10 in there. But a lot of times it's more than that. But that's why we have a cushion. So in the fun money category, Mauricio and I each get $100 for a grand total of $200. And in the beauty category, I have $30 for Sally Beauty because I need some hair color, if you can't tell. It doesn't show up as well in videos as it does in real life. And then $60 for haircuts. Melina has decided she needs like a real girl to cut her hair. Historically, Melina has been going to Mauricio's barber to get her hair cut, and I guess something happened and she decided she needs to get her hair cut by a girl, like at a girl place. So we've been taking her to Hair Cuttery. So it's a little more expensive, but she feels like a real girl now. So that's okay. And her hair looks cute. In our short-term savings category, which some people call sinking funds, we call them short-term savings. We have our standard $1,500 going to that. And in the giving category, we don't discuss where our giving goes because I don't want to get the flack for that. So we have $600 for giving this month. If you missed what our short-term savings are, I redid that at the beginning of this year. We evaluated our short-term savings, and I put up a whole video right here if you would like to check that out. So I'll see you in the next one.